I agree. You want to see Peyton Manning on the offensive side of the ball.
I wasn't right.
You do want to see that, but you can't blame the coin flip.
You can't.
That was just.
And then for everybody, well, now all of a sudden we don't like the way this guy. You didn't say shit about it. You haven't said bupkis about it until Peyton Manning didn't get the ball. You didn't say bupkis about it when Tebow threw that touchdown on the first play against Pittsburgh and them run it right in for a touchdown. You didn't want to see Roethlisberger get it then.
What?
You gave all the thing to, look what they did.
Well, don't in the playoffs they change it where...
No, it's the same thing during the playoffs.
Really? I thought in the playoffs, even though you scored...
It's the same way during the playoffs.
I thought they changed the playoffs.
No, because remember, Tebow threw the touchdown in overtime and they won the game. And that's the reason they won the game is because they scored a touchdown on the first possession.
Wow. I do remember that play.
Yeah. Pittsburgh didn't get the ball back.
I thought they
Denver won it right there. No. You get the ball. If you score a touchdown on the first thing, it's over. If you don't and you score a field goal, the other team gets the ball. That's the way it goes.
No complaints from me with that. Like I said, don't blame the coin flip. Our defense was spent. Our defense kept us in the whole game, so you can't sit there and pin on the
who's to say Peyton Manning wouldn't throw a pick? He's 0.
You never know.
He's 0-4.
There's hypotheticals.
He's 0-4 in overtime games in Denver. He's 0-4.
Hey.
The other guy that everybody hated was 4-0 in overtime games, just to let everybody know.
Yeah,
in Denver, he was 4-0 in overtime games.
But nonetheless,
just saying.
Hey, Denver's got a. We'll talk about the Bible day, but they're not playing this week. But you know what? 2-1 is what I expected, so I'm happy with that. I figured we was gonna lose to Seattle. I picked them to win because I'm a fan, but
I didn't.
I know you didn't. So, but let's talk about Tom Brady, man. Tom Brady's looking kind of rough, ain't he?
Yeah.
Through 3 games, 67 for 118. 58.8 completion percentage and a quarterback rating of 82.9, which he ranked among the 30s among active QBs.
He's getting killed.
Blake Bortles is actually above him in one game, by the way, just to give you a feel good thing. Right
he had 200 yards throwing in one half.
So, buy or sell, is Tom Brady declining?
I can't say he's declining because you know how it is. He all of a sudden snaps out of it, and all of a sudden have good thing. I think a lot of it's got to do with his line. Is playing piss poor.
Yeah.
I don't think it's him. I think it's everything around him. Is going downhill. But he is getting old. He's getting older.
Yeah. But
I just think with everything around him, with them trading Logan Macon, yes. Trading him away was that
was that a bigger loss?
Yeah, it was a big blow. That was a huge blow. Because now you look where all the pressure is coming from. It was where he used to be.
Yeah.
So it's a big. I just think his line is what's causing pressure. But I always think that team will always figure out whatever's wrong.
Well, this is Brady. What did he say at the beginning of the year? I want to play football until I suck.
Until I suck. Well, you're sucking right now.
You're sucking right now.
So if you don't get any better, we're going to hold you to it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think he's declining. I just think...
I think the stuff around him is not as good as it once was.
I mean, I do know the long ball is not as strong as it used to be.
Oh, no. But that's with any older quarterback.
So, I mean, with that, I don't... This is weird, man, because Tom Brady is definitely... I mean, but like you said, besides
really,
Justin Edelman and Rob Gronkowski, who else does he have to throw to?
Yeah, nobody.
His running backs are Shane Vereen and
Ridley?
And Stephen Ridley.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
You got to think, though, even before he didn't throw a long ball all the time. Long balls were very few and far between for the Patriots.
Yeah.
They were always a methodical, dink and dunk, let Tom make the right decision offense. And it's just, for me, the pieces around him, the line, having troubles like they're doing right now, is what's making him play so bad.
So you believe he'll snap out of this?
I believe that's... Dude, him and Belichick, you never
bet against them.
You never bet against them because they'll figure something out, and then all of a sudden the floodgates will open. But I just think it's the people around. It's not necessarily him, but it's the things around him. And once the things around him start to click, then he'll start to click again.
Yeah, man. We'll see. They're still 2-1 in the AFC East, so they're not too bad.
I think they'll still win it.
Do you see any team being a threat? Buffalo's 2-1 right now.
Buffalo looks pretty good, but
you think it's just a flash
Buffalo
in the pan?
Dude,
John's word, flash in the pan.
E.J. Manuel is their quarterback.
Should we use John word? They're flash in the pan.
Yeah, they're flash. We throw a shout out to John and flash in the pan.
Flash in the pan. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm sitting there watching the New England, and I'm wondering, man. This is
the Jets are.
Yeah, so you got the Jets and
the Dolphins have hit reality after game one.
They beat the Patriots game one,
and now
they back to normal. So.
Yeah, Ryan Tannehill may be benched.
Yeah, that's he doesn't have support of Philbin. That's right. Now he say he don't know.
Well, Philbin.
So, all right. Next question here before we go to break. Best of the best record wise. Who you more impressed with? You got the Eagles, the Cardinals, and the Bengals at 3-0.
The Cardinals. With a backup quarterback.
Stanton, right?
Stanton is eating people up. But that defense is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, they edged one out against San Diego. They beat the Giants. And San Francisco, I mean.
They own San Francisco.
Yeah.
They just flat out owned them. So, they're my biggest surprise out of 3-0 teams. The other ones I can see, Cincinnati. Yeah, I can see them. Cincinnati right now is playing some of the best ball in the AFC.
Do you stay with Stanton or do you come back with Palmer?
Oh, hell no. You stay with Stanton until he freaking shows you something to where he goes to poop. You don't change. When you're on a hot streak, you don't change things. When you suck is when you change things.
Yeah.
When you're running hot, you don't change things. Washington should not even think about putting Robert Griffin III back in. Kirk Cousins threw for 400 and something yards last week. If he's healthy, you go, Robert, sit there until he has a very shitty game. Same thing here. Carson, you sit your old ass down until he has a shitty game.
There were some moments, though, Kurt had a chance to close the game and he didn't.
Yeah.
But you're right. You can tell that Cousins is
Cousins is better in that offensive system than RG3 is. Nobody can tell me otherwise. Anybody who knows football knows the kind of offense Jay Gruden runs.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Cousins is set up perfectly to run Jay Gruden's system. As obvious with all the friggin' yards and all the points.
All right, well, I'm going to say...
He's better. This is the best team right now in the AFC.
I agree. I'm impressed with them. I didn't think they were going to start 3-0. But I did pick them to be eventually in the AFC title game against the Broncos. But they're pretty good, man. Dalton, what he did, he ran a bootleg, didn't he?
No, he gave the ball to Sanu.
Mm-hmm.
Sanu runs around like he's going to run a reverse. Dalton just runs out and catches a pass on the flat and runs it in for a touchdown. Which the idiot for who are they playing?
Tennessee.
Yeah, idiot for Tennessee should have picked the dang ball off and took it down the thing for a touchdown. Right. But I didn't know because it was the quarterback or something. He thought he was going to get hit or something like that. That he was going to get a penalty, but he should have picked the damn ball off and took it back to the house.
Right.
Because that's how shitty it looked.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the Bengals, man. Andy Dalton's coming in his own. He's looking pretty good. But this is always what you want to. Can it last and can they win the playoffs?
Well, right now they're doing it without A.G. Green.
Yep, true. They are.
They played the whole game. They played most of the game last week without A.G. Green.
Mm-hmm. They beat a good Atlanta team that was pretty decent that came out firing.
Yep.
And so, I mean, Baltimore.
And Atlanta looks real good right now.
They won at Baltimore. So, I mean, no doubt this is the best team in the AFC. I agree with you wholeheartedly. They're
right now they are the best team.
They're pretty dangerous.
They're
man.
solid.
You're going to keep an eye on them now. Philly's the other 3-0 team. Do you think this lasts? Because
it lasts because look at the division they're in.
The division, but look at their schedule. They played before. I mean, they played at Colts, they played Jacksonville, and they played Washington.
And then they played San Francisco. The only game on there that was really was the Jacksonville game. But they were down. People forget they were down 17-0 at halftime, and it could have been worse.
You got a struggling San Francisco.
Yeah, well, who they will beat. Yeah, who they will beat.
And then you got St. Louis.
Who they will beat.
You got the Giants.
Who they will beat.
So they could possibly be 6-0.
Yep.
So you think this? Do you think they're for real, or do you think this?
I think it's they're good. But I think they're getting kind of the benefit of the doubt with the schedule up front. It's almost like Kansas City had last year, where they played they were front loaded with a very easy schedule. But you got to think these guys are playing in an easy division. Mm-hmm. They're playing in the NFC East.
Now, what's surprising here is that they're rushing. They're 19th. Shady McCoy's been kind of
has had poop.
I mean,
poop. I tell you,
Sproles is a surprise, but
he didn't even do nothing last game either.
No,
last game it was all throwing the ball downfield.
It was all Napoleon Dynamite, aka.
It was just the ball. God, throw the ball.
Yeah, aka Nick Foles.
Everyone catch it.
Napoleon Dynamite.
God, everyone catch it.
Touchdown. There you go. McCoy's got 175 rushing. So
look at this. 60 times for 175. Darren Sproles has carried the ball 17 times for 117.
I'm telling you, impressive, huh?
Dude, he ate up Jacksonville when he came in the game, and then he ate up Indianapolis the following week.
So honestly, do you see one of these teams cooling off, or I mean,
all teams cool down eventually.
Yeah.
All teams hit a little spurt to where they'll have some little struggles and everything, but they're all three big playoffs. I don't know about Arizona making the playoffs though. It just depends. If San Francisco don't figure it out, Arizona will make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But if San Francisco figures it out, then Arizona may be in some trouble.
Heck, Arizona won 10 games last year.
Yeah, but San Francisco was the people that were in front of them.
And Arizona still,
San Francisco.
They could have to win in 10 games.
It's because San Francisco was that team that was in front of them.
Oh,
if San Francisco heats back up and figures things out, San Francisco will be in the playoff. If they don't figure it out soon, and they let Arizona get too far in front of them, Arizona's going to make the playoff.
All right.
Which Arizona's a dangerous team. I just say they leave Stanton in. Don't worry about Carson Palmer coming back in until Stanton either messes up or gets hurt. You don't fuck up a good thing.
Yeah, he ran a train.
The only time you change is when someone gets hurt or you suck. That's the only time you make a change.
Great.
Or in the Buccaneers' case, gets hurt and suck. And I'm allowed to say it because we suck too, but at least we have hope now.
Yeah, there's a light.
At least we have hope. I want the shirt. They have Blake Bortles on it and it says hope below it. I want the shirt. But in the case of Tampa, oh, poor Tampa.
Yeah. I don't know, man. They're looking rough, man.
Poor Tampa. So many injuries and just they're depleted, and they just not very good right now.
John, I hope that you're not pulling out too many of your hair that you're losing because of your team. I know he's already losing some, but he's probably losing a little bit more thanks to his Buccaneers. Love you, John.
We've learned not to lose hair over. I'd go and cut mine.
Yeah. I mean, well, as far as basketball, I bang my head against stuff when I watch the matches sometimes. So, and I can say
don't do that. You're going to have like 8 concussions.
Yeah, Wes Welker style. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen,
I can't watch basketball no more. Wow, I got a concussion.
Yeah, that's probably why I'm already wearing glasses doing that. I don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Bond Your Court Podcast. We'll return from break shortly.